What's up, guys? So I just wanted to kind of go over how I've been experiencing with the Honda base map in the new Integra. I was really surprised on the power and torque that it gained just from the base map. It wasn't crazy. I don't know the exact numbers, but we'll put them in here. But it was like, I think it maybe gained like close to 20 horsepower and close to 30 or 40 torque. So the car has been driving way different. I'm on my third day driving it since I did the Flash Pro, and it's been fun. It seems like it's pretty good until it wasn't. So this morning I did a little baby pull and the check engine light came on, and that's never fun because then the car makes no boost and it's super slow and it's not fun. And of course I had some idiot in a modified Fiesta trying to fuck with me, and I couldn't mess with him because I had no boost. So after talking to the tuner, Derek, he said that it's super common on all the Honda base maps to throw a PO234 code. So I was like, well, you know, we'll just see. I popped it up and lo and behold, PO234. During driving, I've been seeing about 22-ish pounds of boost. Like I said, this is my third day. It's been wet around here in Chicago, as you can see. Snowy and shitty, so I haven't really got on it, but my commute here is on the freeway, so I was able to hit on it a little bit here and there just because I wanted to see what boost levels it actually was. I didn't really pay attention on the dyno. I was more focused on everything else. So it's really the first time that this happened, so I'm pretty not happy. Like, clearly they increased boost limits because before my car in these conditions was only making like 17, 18, so that's where the power came from. But how are they not going to set the limits correctly? It's pretty annoying. I don't know exactly the details. I am not a tuner. You know, we build these cars, we understand them, but we use D-Rob for tuning them, and that's going to stay that way forever. So, yeah, we're just going to clear this code and get a real tune. All right, so today we're getting tuned with Derek. I'm just going to give an overview. I've been driving the Flash Pro tune for probably 2 weeks now. Did have one issue originally. So far I already fixed it, but I just loaded their just like 93 octane tune, and it had originally threw a check engine light, which I already went over that in an earlier part of this video. I ended up turning it off, the check engine light, for the overboost code, and then I also added the stage 2 burbles just to see how ridiculous it is, and it's extremely stupid. I hope no one actually does it, but that being said, I'm gonna make a little video with it on. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it since I'm just recording on my phone, but yeah, don't recommend. So the car is pretty quick just with the base map uploaded. As far as drivability of it, still drives good. It's not anything special by any means. It's just a Honda base map, so it's nothing to really be excited about, but it did make a big difference from stock as far as power goes and like the power delivery. It is still cold out in Chicago. It's like 35 today, and I am on snow tires, but it's still super fun to drive, and I have been driving it, like I said, for a few weeks now with that base map. And the only issue I had was the check engine light, which is because it's just a base map, and you shouldn't really use that as like your daily driver, you know, tune. You should get a real tune, so that's what we're doing. Just had to get the time in the shop to be able to get it on the dyno, and that's what we're about to do right now. So I'm about to pull in, and let's see what it does. The car's bone stock besides the Flash Pro, and we're just gonna have Derek tune it. Alright guys, so we're still technically on the dyno, but we're finished the last pull right there with Derek, and holy shit, is it a big difference. I didn't get to street drive it yet, but I can see just from the graph it's going to be way better. I'll show you the graph real quick and kind of some key things to talk about on it. So, I'll zoom in here. You can see stock power, the car made 306. The Honda map, it made 318. And with Derek, it made 347. You can see the torque numbers. We went from 319 all the way up to 364. That's just crazy. And just look at how smooth the power stays. Like normally these cars like to go up and then kind of like fall off. Like you can see even the stock one right there. So if I put the dyno number at about like 6,700 RPM, we're still making, let's see, 336 is what the stock one, or no, 336 is what we just made with Derek, and then the stock one was making 290 there. So that's a pretty significant change in the upper RPM. That's 46 wheel horsepower difference that high in the RPM over stock. And then you can see in the Honda one, it was real like droppy towards the top, like right here. It's got a big curve. It's kind of hard to tell on screen, but it's got a big drop right there, and then it kind of flattens out some more. Versus the stock one was rounded, and as you see, Derek's is more rounded as well, but his flattens off more towards the top instead of dropping off so much. So this is a huge change. So if you have this car is 100% stock right now, like bone stock from the factory. I didn't do anything except for having his ECU unlocked with the Flash Pro from him and the dyno tune, obviously. So we'll go test drive it and see how awesome it is. It definitely drives way more smooth than the Honda base map. It's like way more linear, not as like,
yeah, kind of like bucky.
The Honda one was just like, the progression wasn't smooth. It was just like, it would just hit and then it would just be that. This is like way more like, it rolls into it good and it stays pulling. The Honda one didn't like pull as high. This one pulls all the way to the red line and it's way better. So for an extra 41 horsepower, I think it was, over stock, it's, dude, that's insane. For $700, whatever the Flash Pro cost, $795, plus his ECU unlocking. That's the best mod you could do if you weren't planning on doing anything. This is definitely a needed mod because it's way faster, way more fun to drive.
You can feel the fun factor from the passenger seat too.
Yeah, it pulls.
It's greatly improved.
It pulls like nasty.
And the throttle response is...
oh, it's way better. It's way more like instantaneous.
Sick.
Which he can also adjust it. Some people might not like it being really touchy, which he can adjust in the tune, but it's perfect.
How much boost is it making?
I didn't really look, but I'll tell you right now.
I saw about 22.
Yeah, about 22 there. I saw about 23 to 24 on the dyno.
Okay.
So we're just gonna give or take. Conditions obviously is it's pulling boost out right there, or timing, because of the traction control trying to kick on. I'm sure if I turn the traction control off, it might try to make a little more room. Yeah. Still struggling for traction. Obviously it's not completely off.
Yeah, those winter tires don't help, but it's still
No.
surprising that they're holding up as much as they are.
Yeah. It's definitely way faster though, so that being said, overall you should definitely do this if you're trying to do minimal mods. At least do this. Anyone that's like worried about their warranty, they're not going to be able to tell that you put the Flash Pro on it. The Honda, like when he jailbreaks it does show something, but they're not going to be able to see it with their software. So don't be like worried about it. Just don't go into your dealer and be like, hey,
I did this.
I have Honda Flash Pro. Is that going to void my warranty after you already did it? Then obviously, yeah, they're going to fuck with it. But if you had to go back to the dealer, you could reflash the ECU back to stock, and no one's going to be able to tell that you're in there. So, like, to gain 41 horsepower, and just from doing that it's crazy. Like, you don't get that type of gains usually on most cars, especially when this car is 100% stock. I didn't do anything to it yet, just this. So to gain that much over stock is pretty crazy. And even over the Honda base map, I think it was like 318 or something, and now we're at 347, 360 something torque versus like I think the original torque was in the 320s, maybe somewhere up there, 319. So like,
Wow.
Overall, it's a huge difference. Big thumbs up to Derek. Obviously the car drives awesome. He's our main tuner for all these cars. Definitely go give him a follow if you don't already. You can find it at IMW TUNED. He really hooks it up. But anyone in like the Chicago area that wants to tune with him, you can come right to us and get a dyno tuned. He does offer street tuning for anyone that's not local. Obviously it's easier to just come and get it done right on the dyno in one day, one sitting, few hour session versus, you know, going back and forth. But, you know, if you're not local to us, then that's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. But thanks, Derek, for hooking it up, as always, and we'll do some flybys.